As you may know by now, or maybe you don't, the main story in Cyberpunk 2077 will focus around the quest to obtain the rumored Immortality Chip. Not much is known about the chip, where it came from, or how it works, but one thing I do know, this chip sure sounds familiar to the infamous software Soulkiller. Theories and rumors suggest that the Immortality Chip has already been shown. In this video, it looks as though V, you, and your partner just pulled off a heist of a lifetime, successfully stealing what people think is the Immortality Chip. Well, almost successful, if you ignore the death of your friend Jack. The chip couldn't save Jack, but maybe it can save you, or maybe it already has. In this part of the video, it looks as though you have the Immortality Chip installed. Double cross, the fight for your life begins.
Take the fucking chip, Dex.
Every corporal cop in this city's gonna be blasting down these doors after what you and your psycho friend did. We didn't need all this cocksucking attention, damn it.
You fight valiantly, even managing to overtake a Netrunner, but in the end it looks as though if you lost the gun battle and end up dying. Then you're born again, rebooted, found by none other than Johnny Silverhands.
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
But how exactly does the Immortality Chip work? The reason you were killed was for the Immortality Chip, so they wouldn't have dumped your body with the chip installed. So the chip itself doesn't look like it's doing the rebooting. But what is clear as day is the similarities between the Immortality Chip and an infamous program developed by one of the most famous netrunners in the world of Cyberpunk, Alt Cunningham. Netrunners are super hackers that prefer to experience life within the net's artificial universe. Through the net, netrunners can gain access into company networks, breaking into high priority security systems both for a living and entertainment. They can even hack into the minds of their enemies and infect them with viruses. Alt Cunningham is a hopeless heroin addict, but also a gifted coder. She wrote an incredibly deadly program that can suck your mind out and eat it, Soulkiller. The original Soulkiller was designed as a matrix to contain artificial intelligence. Alt discovered that the same matrix could not only contain artificial intelligence, but also living engrams, transfer them from computer to body, and even back again. It was immortality. But that was only the beginning of Soulkiller. Soulkiller 1.0, all the way breakthrough, had its limitations. It was a stationary program, locked to the part of the system's architecture. Kidnapped by Arasaka Corporation, Alt was forced to reproduce an enhanced version of Soulkiller, with the ability to navigate the net on its own, an impossible task that Alt managed to pull off, but that's a story for another video. The Immortality Chip certainly does exist. How it technically works, I don't know, but in the end of this video, when you're awoken or rebooted by Johnny Silverhand, has given us some theories. Some cyberpunks think that you're simply rebooted as it was shown. Others think you were born into a new body, maybe an empty vessel. But in order for any of these scenarios to work, the Immortality Chip must store your digital consciousness on the net, just like Soulkiller 2.0 can. Otherwise, your body would have to be connected to a private infrastructure in order to transfer your digital consciousness back to your body. The problem with rebooting into a new body is the following question. Where are all these bodies coming from? Are they empty vessels that your consciousness can transfer to? If so, where are these vessels stored? And why did Johnny Silverhand find you on the side of the road? Some suggest you're rebooted into a random body, but the problem with that theory is, what happens to the consciousness of the owner of such body? Both consciousness can't control the same body, so a random body doesn't make much sense either. And if you're rebooted within the same body, you would have considerable damage given the beating and injuries that led to your death. I guess you can always buy some cyberwares and cyber limbs, but then again, that may not necessarily be the case given the fate of Alt when she successfully created Soulkiller 2.0. She couldn't transfer back into her body. Again, we're not quite sure how the Immortality Chip will work in Cyberpunk 2077. If it's true to the lore of Cyberpunk, Soulkiller will be devastating, hell on earth. And it looks like Johnny Silverhand knows this all too clear, and it's most likely the reason why he's helping you on your journey of revenge, something you both seek. After all, Al Cunningham, the creator of Soulkiller, is Johnny Silverhand's girlfriend, and now you both have a city to burn. What are your thoughts on the Immortality Chip? Does it sound like the Immortality Chip and Soulkiller are one of the same? If so, how do you think it works?